in our last class. So, well, it's a turn to explain about classes, like why classes and objects are important in Java. So, guys, basically, I'm going to explain you about classes. What is classes first of all in Java? As we know, like Java is an object-oriented programming language, that is pure object-oriented programming language where we just need to write each and everything entirely in class. We just need to create the object of the classes, and then we will be able to call the classes function basically. So I'm just going to explain you guys what do you mean by classes first of all. It's so simple, and then I'm going to switch back to my code. For example, this is a block. You can say this is a class. This is basically this is only a class which looks like a block. What we do in class basically, our class is divided into two part, guys. Our class is divided into two part, where the first part is known as data member. This you need to remember. The first part is known as data member and the second one is known as member function. So I'm just going to write here, my first part is known as data member. Now what do you mean by data member? What we do in data member, this I'm going to explain you first of all. So guys, data member means the members of my classes. The member of my class is basically the data type I'm just going to talk about here. For example, I'm taking int a, b, c, or for example I'm taking here float, r. So all these things are known as my data member, especially my classes data member. And what do you mean by member function is I'm going to explain you. So guys, this is quite new for you. Member function, it means a piece of code. Means from today onwards, I'm going to write my code entirely in a class and I'm going to create object of my classes. I'm going to call my functions in public static void main. So basically we never write our entire code in public static void main. What we do, we just assume the class is a kind of block which is divided into two part, data member and member function. In data member we always take the data types, the data type of any, like you can create a variable of any data type, and these data members you will be using in your member function, and those member function you can call in your in any of the class. You just need to create an object of your class and you can call it in any of your classes. So this I'm going to explain you. So this, in our today's program, I'm just going to explain you that a very simple function I'm going to take here, like SMS, and SMS will be printing up something like hi or hello something. But what is function, like how we can how we can define the member function? As I've already told you, the second part of class is known as member function. So what is this member function? Like why we call it member function? So the reason is member function means, these two things are a member of my class. For example, this is my block, this is my class whose name is the school, and these are my data member. As we know, like class is divided into two part. First is data member, second one is member function. So data member means the members of my classes, and member function means the functions of these data members, like what they are doing, what is their performance. So their performance, their functions, each and everything entirely I'll be writing here in this member function. Let's just start with the very first one, and how while I'm defining, while I'm declaring, while I'm printing up, or while I'm writing here a signature of my function. Always remember one thing, you need to write here the data type first of all. So guys, as of now I'm not having any data type. For example, I'm not returning anything. Why we write here void? The reason is here, if you're returning anything from your function, but right now I'm not returning anything from my function, so I'll be just writing here void. Soon you will be able to understand what is the reason of writing void. And the name of my function I'm just going to write here. For example, the name of my function is SMS. Or how I write it, like I have already told you, in Java we have few standards. Like if you're writing a code, what standard you will be following, how you need to write each and everything. We have few standards, recommendations which you just need to follow. So void, I'm just writing a get, and S is always capital of SMS. So this is like, camel case naming convention. This is a standard list, a recommendation list suggested by the side of Java, that if you write like this, you will be comfortable, because Java has its own classes, ready-made defined or cooked classes, and Java has its own functions. So they defined the right, or it is predefined, guys. So we just need to write the way Java have defined. Java is already defined, so we just need to adopt it the same way. So if we adopt it the same way, it will be very easy for me that the ready-made classes also I'll be writing in the same way. And if I'm defining my class again, I'll be writing the same way. So it is a predefined standard. If you go in any company or any interview, if you write like this, it is having a different impact. So that is the reason I'm just writing a void, because my function is not returning here anything. Get SMS is the name of my function. You can see G is the small of get, and SMS is capital. I'm just opening round brackets here, and I'm putting here semicolon. Or if I want, I just can write my code here. For example, if I just want to write my code here, so I just can write in system.out.println. I'm writing in short system.out.println, and I can write here hi. So guys, this is all about, this is all about classes and object. So what do you mean by this is, you can see here, this is my class. My class name is school. I just can assume, for example, this is my class name. Class name also I'm writing here. My class name is assume. I'm just writing here. That is my class name is school, for example. Class always starts with a capital letter, and that is the reason. That is the reason I'm just writing here school, where S is capital. I'm just keeping it a little distance. Now you will be able to see this is my class whose name is the school, and these are all are my data members, my school class data members. Or you can assume school is a kind of family, and data member, these are the family members A, B, C, and R. And what is the use of A, B, C, and R? This you can write here. You can do addition here, subtraction, multiplication by using these data members, and then this class will be logged. Now how we can use this class? The reason is how we can use this class. See, this class will not be in a use unless you are not creating an object of the class. Now what do you mean by object, guys? Object means a kind of key, you can say. For example, this is a kind of a kind of block where you have your data members, you have your member function, but this class is logged. Basically, how this lock can be unlocked, how you can unlock this, you just need to create a key of this class. You need to create a key for this class. The class name is school. You need to create a key so that you can come into this class, you can access these things. You just need to create some connection with this class school so that you will be able to use these data members, and you will be able to use these member functions. So I'm just going to create an object of the class. How to create an object of my class, this I'm going to explain you guys. Just like a scanner, if you remember my scanner class, if you want, you can go back to my old sessions and you can see scanner, how I'm declaring there is scanner. Similarly, I'm just going to write here the name of my class. I'm writing at the name of the class. Give one space and please write obj. In place of obj, you can write here anything, obj 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but it is recommended please follow a series of obj only, obj 1, obj 2. It is it is amazing. Like if you write obj, it is very simple. Okay, anyone will be able to see your code and will be able to understand, okay, obj maybe the object of a class. So that is the reason I always write here the name of my class and then obj, because I'm creating here object of my class. Now guys, after this you'll just need to write here new. Always remember what is this new. New is a kind of keyword with the help of which your operating system will be able to understand, okay, I just need to give some space to this obj, object of type school. And here also you need to define like which kind of a space you want for obj. See, school obj, if I'm writing, guys, I'm just declaring. I'm not defining, I'm just declaring. But the moment I'm writing new, I'm actually asking for a space in a memory. Now, what kind of a space I'm asking? A similar kind of a space of my object type. That is school I have written. I'm opening round brackets, I'm closing round brackets. Simple. So guys, if you're writing this line, what is the meaning of this line is you are creating an object of your class. So once you create an object of your class, you will be able to use your class. You will be able to use your class member function or data member, anything, because now you have a proper right on your class. You can use your class in any way. So once I have created, the object of my class, as you know, my class name is a school, and object and is equal to new school. It means obj is my key. It means with the help of obj, I can go to my class, I can access. So now, guys, what I'm going to do is I'm simply writing an obj. I'm putting here dot, and if I want to use this function get SMS, I simply write get SMS. Guys, always remember you need to write in the same way what you're writing here. You can see my G is a small, S is capital of SMS and a semicolon. So after this, guys, if this, whenever this line will be executing, it is going to whenever your object will get like get SMS, I need to call okay. Then your the control will be passed to get a SMS, and whatever the body, like whatever is written inside the function, the complete thing will be executed, and you will get to know the output. So guys, it's the time to implementation now. I'm coming up, here, this is my BlueJ. I'm clicking on my new class, and quickly I'm going to start writing a code here. And I'm simply writing as CLASSES classes. So this is the name of my class. So class is not a keyword. So capital C, I just can keep. I'm coming back to my classes as like in our last classes, like what we were doing. I'm just going to select entire thing. I'm going to remove. I'm going to write my own code. So my class is ready here. Now, well, I'm coming back to my class. I'm just selecting entire thing from here. Control A. I'm just going to click and my entire thing is removed. I'm just going to paste I'm going to write here my code now. So guys, what is class? Class is my keyword, and the name of my class is like similar name, whatever I have written. I just need to write it once again. I'm going to create here some space here so that I can write my code here. And now I'm going to tell you, I'm not going to write public static void main the entire code, but I'm going to create my own data member and my own member function. So first of all, I'm just going to write here int. But one more thing I just need to tell you guys, it is not compulsory like every time you need to write your data member. If you wish to write your member function direct, you can write it. It is not compulsory. It is up to you. If you want to create your data member, you can create. If you don't want to do it, you can leave it. So this is a space where I write my data member, and this is my space where I write my member function. So as you will be able to understand now, this is my class. My class is a kind of logged block, logged Almira. You can say I'm having my data member, I'm having my member function. So I'm not writing any data member here right now. I'm not writing directly. I'm coming up into a member function. Now is writing data member function in, in single line comment is again not important. This I'm writing just to explain you. So directly what I'm doing here, I'm just writing a void and get, and I'm writing a get SMS. I'm opening parenthesis, coming to my next line, creating error space, and directly I'm just going to write my code here. You can see I'm writing my code here, system.out.println, and I'm simply writing a hi. So this is, this is the simplest program which I can explain you using function. So this is the simple program. Simple program, you can see, you see it, you do it, you'll be able to understand. So this is my simple function. You can see my function is not returning anything, and that is the reason I'm writing here void. This is the name of my function. This is get. S is capital of SMS. This is recommendation. We always write like this. But if you make S small, you will not get any error. But some things we just need to keep it in habit. Means everything is not related to error or not error, but we just need to keep few recommendation standards in our habits so that you will be a good programmer. Now system.out.println, when I have written, I printed hi here. Now guys, you can see my class is very simple. I'm just going to, I can remove all these things, single line comment. It is not very important to write this. I'm just writing just to explain you guys. So you can see I'm simply writing a classes void get SMS. My function is ready. Now how to call this function? You can see my class is done. You can see my class is done. This is my class opened up here. It closed here. This is my function. Now, until and unless, guys, you are not writing a void main, listen me very carefully. Void main function is a place from where your code is going to start execution. There is no other place from where you can start execution. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add here my public static void main. So I'm simply going to write here public static void and main. I'm opening round brackets, coming to my next line. So what I'm doing is I'm writing a public static void main. This is my classes. This is my function, that is get SMS. I'm writing a public static void, and I'm going to create here an object of my class now. Now you can see I'm not writing a get SMS directly. This is the name of my class. I'm going to copy it, and I'm just going to create here an object of my class. Simply what I'm doing here, like a school object I have created. Now I'm going to create here an object of type classes. So classes is the name of my class. I'm writing here obj is equal to new, and here I have created the object of my class. So it is ready, guys. Here you have created an object of your class. So this is known as the object of your class. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to access this object obj, and with the help of this I'm going to call my function get SMS. So simply I'm putting dot here and I'm writing here get, and S is capital of SMS. I'm going to write here. So this is SMS. I'm opening parenthesis, semicolon, and it's done, guys. I don't need to do anything else. You can see it's very simple thing, very structured program. I've written my, my piece of a code, that is my functions in my class, and I can call them n number of times in public static void main. Even if I don't want to call, I can leave it. So this is a major difference, guys. What is happening while you're writing public static void main, that is going to execute completely. You don't have any choice. But if you're writing, only class and data member and member functions, so calling member function or not, it is up to you. You can call 100 times. If you don't want, you can leave it. So basically, you have a control in your hand. So now I'm just going to click on compile, and I'm going to apply here indentation. When the code is indented, I'm going to click here on compile once again. You can see my code is done. I'm coming back to my home screen. I'm going to right click here, and I'm going to click here on void main. So now you can see hi here. One more thing I just would like to tell you guys, you can call n number of times. I have already told you this is the function. It is not like you just can call it one times. If you want, you can call it multiple times. You can see I'm calling here, multiple times. And in programming, in fact, it is not even compulsory to write the same code in different lines. It is, we just write, in different lines so that we will be able to understand. If you want, you can call, the functions many times in single line. I'm clicking on compile. You can see I'm not having any error. I'm coming back, and I'm just clearing my output screen first of all, so that you will not be confused. I'm clicking here on clear. So it is ready to go. I'm just clicking on void main, and you can see output many times now. So hi, you can see here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So basically, what I'm doing, I'm just calling the same function 8 times, but I have written only one time. So this is known as reusability, guys. We are just saving our time, labor, and efforts, and we are just running, one thing many times. Let me put indentation. So this is my code, guys. I'll share this code with you in description. And now I'm going to tell you one more thing. I'm just going to design a calculator, a simple calculator where I'll be doing, addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division in the same class itself. So I'm just selecting my entire program. I'm coming out of it. I'm going and I'm just going to click here on new class, and I'm writing here it's mix. The name is itself mix. I'm coming into it because I'm just going to write here too many functions in this simple class. I've selected the entire thing and I pasted my old program so that I can save my time. I'm simply going to change the name of my class, that is mix. I have written this is the name of my class. Now guys, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to write here getter first of all. This is my getter because I'm going to get my all values here, the value of A, the value of B, and everything. And I'm just going to design a structure first of all. And once I got the value, I'll be providing you sum. So I'm simply going to write here get sum, and this will be the area where I'm going to provide my sum code. Similarly, I'm just going to do here get multiplication, get subtraction, get addition, division. I'm going to do like this. I'm just copying, I'm pasting, and I'm just going to change it. Well, this is not sum, it will be sub means subtraction. Some subtraction I'm going to provide here. Coming back, I'm coming back here to the next line, and I'm going to repaste it, and this is my multiplication. You can see, so M is capital. One more time I'm going to paste it, and this time I'm going to paste here division. Division, definitely I'm going to use here float keyword for this, or double, it's your choice. Now well, I'm going to come back to my class and I'm going to create here data member, guys. You need to see it very properly, or you please see it, focus here. I'm going to create here data member. It's so simple. I'm not doing anything else. I'm just writing at A comma B comma C. It means I'm just going to get all my values, all my values in A first variable, in B second variable. I'm going to do some calculation in between A and B, addition, subtraction, multiplication, or division. I'll be saving my answer in C, and I'm going to paste my answer. Now I would like to take C as a double because A and B I can divide also, and if I want to C double, so I just can take it. So I simply write here double and C. So double C I've written here in getter. What I'm going to do is I'm going to create here a scanner. So guys, I'm just going to import here a scanner. A scanner we have already done. You can see my old sessions, so you will get to know how to use scanner. All right. So I'm just going to write here. First of all, we know how to import a scanner. So we just need to write here import java dot util and dot ss capital of a scanner. I'm putting here semicolon. So you can see I have created here a scanner class, and I'm just going to create a scanner object. So guys, if you want, you can in data member section also you can create here a scanner object, or if you want in getter also it can be done. I give preference, and I'm just going to do the same thing in getter so that I can get all my values at the same place. So why to do it different places? So I'm just writing a scanner, and I'm writing an obj because obj I've already taken, so I just can write here scan. Scan also you can take, so it will be easy like to see and to understand, okay, we are scanning the values. So scan, I'm going to write here once again, and description you will get like entirely everything about the scanner. You can see in my last session we have already done it. So system.in, that is the reason I'm just going a little quick. Okay, scanner scan is equal to new scanner system.in. I have written. Now what I want, guys, I just want to inform my user, please enter value for A, B. A and B, definitely just for A and B. I'm going to take a value, and I'm going to take the value, for A and for B now. So simply I just need to write here A is equal to scan dot next int. Next int, because the type of A is integer, and that is the reason I'm just going to write here next int. This I have done. This is next int. I'm going to copy the entire thing and I'm going to paste it because the same thing I just need to do it for B. So here you can see I have done for B also, for A also I have done. So getter means getter is just taking the value. So I'm just asking my user to enter. User is going to enter the value. I'll get an A and an B. Now guys, what I'm going to do here, get addition, get sum means I'm just going to add, A and B together, and I'm just going to print it. So for printing, I'm just going to save my time. I've already copied and I'm pasting here, and simply I'm going to write here addition is, because I'm just putting here the addition is the sum and everything I'm just going to put here. So I'll be just writing here addition is. So the moment I write here addition is, I just use here concatenation operator. You can see my last session. So why to put concatenation? This is not plus, this is concatenation. So while you are putting concatenation, you can merge many things, a comment, a variable, or entirely anything, whatever you want. So guys, I'm just going to save my time. I printed the answer. I'm coming back to my next function. This is my subtraction, and here I'm going to I'm just going to subtract. Just simply I've copied my get sum, I've pasted my get sub. So what I have done, you can see me, I've seen I've just copied from get sum, I've pasted into get sub. Only I just want to make some changes here. I'm just doing a subtraction, so caption also will be going accordingly. Now I'm just going to come here and get multiplication, and again I'm going to paste the same code. And this will be multiplication. So what I'm going to do is, in place of addition, I'm going to write here multiplication. And here you can see it is all done. So guys, my work is already done. I'm just going to come up here in division, and I'm going to paste the same thing here, and but here I'm just going to divide. So I'm putting here a slash, and I'll be getting my answer in C, and I'm simply writing here division. So I'll get to know the answer in this. So while I'll be calling here get division, I'll be getting my answer here. So what I'm going to do is, guys, I've already created, the class name. I'm just going to change here because my class name is mixed now. So I just need to change the name of my class. You can see how to create class object. We just need to write the name of the class. We need to write the name of the object. All these things we just need to do. My class name is already mixed. You can see, and same object I'm creating in public static void main. So now what I'm going to do is, I'm just coming up here in public static void main. And I've already created here a mix object, mix obj is equal to new mix. So guys, what I'm going to do is get SMS. Get SMS is not defined now. We have done get sum. So I just need to write here the same functions what I have defined, and get m is capital of get mul also I have done. I'm just bringing it to my next line, and this will be sub also I have done, that is subtraction. And now get div I'm going to write here because division is also done. div. Now rest of the things I'm just going to select and remove. You can see now this is my entire code is done. I'm just going to apply indentation. So I've applied indentation. Well guys, you can see here I've imported a scanner. This is my class. I've created here three variables, two A and B of type integer, C is of type double. I'm getting here getter, and I've created here a scanner object. I asked my user for the value like A and B value also I have taken from the user and given. Addition, I'm taking A and B. I've added given answer to C, and C or answer also I have printed. Same you can see in subtraction. I'm subtracting and I'm printing. Multiplication, I'm multiplying and I'm printing. Division, I'm dividing and I'm printing. Now in public static void main, what I'm basically doing here, I've just created here the object of my class, that is mix. So guys, we have already done we have already discussed this thing like class. Maybe we have data member, we have member function. Whatever data member I'm taking, whatever member function I'm taking, I just can go to the member function with the help of some object. That is the reason I'm creating here a class mix object, and this I have created. I'm simply writing an obj.get sum just to add, and I'm printing answer. Multiple, I'm multiplying, printing answer. Subtraction is happening, printing answer. Division is happening and printing answer. I'm clicking on compile. You can see and I'm going to my main screen, right click to next to this mix and void main. You can see coming back to my home screen, and I'm going to show you what is the exception here. Some of the times you can see here you are getting here exception because the value you have not given. So I'm just going to call one more function here. What we have done, guys, basically direct I called get sum, get multiplication, get sum, and get sum, get div. But basically my a and b is null still. My a and b is there is no value in my a and b. So one function which I omit, which I just need to call, that is getter. So I'm coming back to my public static void main, and I'm using the same object, and I'm going to call getter so that my a and b will get initialized. I'm simply going to write here obj dot, and this is the name of my getter function. So what is going to happen, guys? Getter function is going to fetch a value for a and b, and so then if you do addition, subtraction, multiplication, the variable is having a value already, c will get answer and you will be getting on a screen. So I'm going to click on compile. Again, I'm coming back to my main screen. I'm going to right click here next to this mix. You can see void main. I'm coming back. Now it is asking me, you can see it is asking me enter value for a. I'm writing here 2, I'm writing here 3, and you can see answer. Addition is 3 plus 2, that is 5.0. Why 5.0? Because it is of type double, and that is the reason it is coming like this. I'm coming back. This is my main screen. I'm just going to close this thing. I'm going to run it once again so that you will be able to see direct answer. And now you can see this is 2 first input and this is second input. So you can see very easily like 2 and 3, the two inputs I have given, 3 plus 2, 5.0, 6.0, subtraction and division also you can see. I'll share the code with you in description. I'm going to tell you one more thing, like most of the time, guys, you know, in functions, like whenever you are doing functions, you have one more thing. If you want, you can return the answer also. So I'm just going to tell you one last program of this session today. I'm going to copy this code. I'm coming back to my main screen. I'm going to right click here, and here I'm creating a new screen. So I'm just going to explain you calling means function can return the value also. So I'm simply going to write here functions. Well, we have a functions one more session where I'm going to explain you how many different types of functions we have, how we can give values to the function, how function can return the value in multiple ways. But in this session only, I'm going to tell you this thing like how function can return the value, so that next session on functions you will be able to understand in a proper way. So I'm just going to come up here in this functions, and I'm just going to copy the code which I'm having already, and this I'm clicking on this mix, I'm selecting, I'm copying, and I'm coming back to my class once again. This is my functions. Here I'm selecting entire thing and deleting and pasting here. You can see I'm just going to change the name of my class. My class name is functions. So I simply come up here and I write here functions. So here you can see this is my functions, and getter is done already. Only the thing is what I need to do is get some. I get some is printing here answer, but I don't want my get some to print the answer. I want my get some to return the answer. So wherever I'm calling my get some, I'll catch the answer there. So what I'm doing in place of void, guys, I'm writing here int. Now what is the reason why I'm writing int in place of void? Because I'm going to return the answer. Now my answer, where is my answer? My answer is in C, guys, and you know the type of C is double. You know the type of C is double. So I'm going to copy this double, and if I'm returning C, if I'm returning C, I just need to paste the return type in place of void. You can see. So in place of void, I just need to paste the return type of the C. Now how to return C? I just need to write here a keyword that is return C, guys. This is very, very important. So get some, you have already added A and B together, you will get answer in C. So the moment you write your return C, basically you're returning a C, and the type of C is double. So you need to mention here double. So the same thing I'm going to do in all the functions, and I'll tell you in public static void main how you can call the function, and while it return how you can print to the console. So I simply do the same thing here. I just write here double, and in place of the system.out.println, again I come and I write here return C. So this is a very important thing what I'm doing here. Like here you will get to know how function can return the value. So I'm going to select the entire thing, pasting here once again double, and I simply write here return C. Return C. You can see my C is returning once again. I'm coming back to get div, and I'm selecting, I've pasted here double, and in place of entire system.out.println, I'll be simply writing a return, and what I'm returning C. So you can see it is so simple now. Now how I can catch it. So here you can see you are after getter. After getter means in getter you are scanning a value for A and B. So once you call get sum, guys, it is going to throw you something, because whenever you call get sum, A and B will get add in C, and C when you return it will come up from the function and it will be come up here. So here you need to catch. So this obj.getSum is going to throw you the C. It is going to throw you the C. So you have two options. Either you catch it in some variable or you directly print it in a system.out.println. So I'm going to tell you both the ways, guys. I'm going to create here double, one more variable double, where I'm going to catch C. C can be cached in this ANS, because ANS is again of type double. So what I just need to do here, guys, I just need to write here ANS is equal to, so I'll be getting my answer, which is being thrown back, from by get sum. Whatever the answer is thrown by get sum, I'll catch in ANS and I'm going to print it. So what to do for printing, we know, and the name of my class, that is function, because I have copied it, the mixed class, and I pasted in functions. So what I'm doing here, basically I'm just creating an object of my some other class and I'm calling some other function. So definitely it is not going to work out, guys. My class name is function, and if I've defined some function or some other thing or any piece of a code or any method or any function in my class functions, so I just need to create an object of the same class, then only I will be able to call the function of the related class. So in place of mix, what I need to do is I just need to write here functions. You can see if I'm writing here functions, here again I need to write the same thing. What I can do is I just can copy, I can come up here, I can paste here. This is my function is ready. Now I'll be able to do it. I'm just getting everything in ANS and I'm printing. Now if I want direct also system.out.println can be used with obj.getMultiple, because while it is throwing an answer to me, answer will get printed automatically. So here I'm just going to write here multiplication is, because it is just going to print me multiplication. So multiplication is, I'm using a concatenation operator and I'm calling here get multiple. So guys, this is another way, one more way. This is a new way. You can see this thing. This is a new way. This is a new way. You just can call your function, if especially if the function is returning something. So you don't need to catch it, you can directly print. And when we need to return, like if I'm doing some further calculation with the answer, then I need to catch it and I can do something else with that answer, and I can do some further calculation. If I'm doing series or pattern, then it is mandatory. Otherwise direct answers also can be printed. So again, I'm just going to copy this entire thing definitely, so that I just can copy and paste, and I'm coming up here and I'm just going to connect with this thing. So you can see here I'm providing here some subtraction actually. So I'm just going to write here SUB. I'm just coming up here at the end. I'm opening one more parenthesis, and the same thing I'm going to do here. Now this time I'm providing divisions. So I'm just going to write here div. I'm coming up here. I'm removing the space, and this here I'm just going to close this last bracket. So guys, I'm just going to apply here indentation now. You can see my code is indented now. I'm just going to click on compile. I'm going to remove everything from my console, so that you will be able to understand. Here I'm clicking on option, clearing everything, coming back to my main screen, and this is my function. I'm going to right click here, clicking on void main. You can see what my function is asking me. My function is asking me a value for A and B. I'm just writing it 2 for A and 3 for B. You can see, guys, 3 plus 2 is 5, because it is double, so it is going to give you answer in form of decimal, that is 5.0. 2 cross 3, that is multiplication, that is 6 to 6.0. You will be getting in form of double. Subtraction, that means 2 minus 3, that definitely minus 1.0, because answer is in form of double. Division is 2 divided by 3, you will be getting 0.0. Again, as you know, slash is going to give you answer in form of remainder. Like remainder, whatever you have, the question whatever you have, that will be shown to you. So for remainder, you can use here modulus, as we have already discussed. If you are using here for remainder, so you can use some other symbol. So guys, basically I'm just going to share this code in a description, and what you need to do, you please practice then only you will be able to understand the concept of classes and object. Classes and object is the main and important part of Java, that is object oriented programming language. First principle you can see, that is the object and the classes. Classes we have already discussed, like it is a kind of a block. I've already explained this to you. It is a kind of block. We have a data member, we have a member function. So I've explained you this example with the help of functions. I have just taken few data member, I have used member function, I have done some subtraction, multiplication, division, I created object and I called. So in our next session, in our next class, I'm going to explain you can create so many classes, you can put up so many functions, you can create object, and you can call all those classes and their functions also. So see me in my next class, guys. Keep coding. Thank you.